Most people don't realize they're overwhelmed until it's too late. It doesn't show up as some dramatic breakdown. It's quieter than that. It feels like your mind won't sit still, like you're constantly switching between thoughts, never finishing one. You open your phone without thinking, close it, open it again, and still feel restless. You try to relax, but even rest feels uncomfortable. And deep down, there's this subtle pressure, like something is off, but you can't quite explain what. If that sounds familiar, then this isn't just stress. It's mental overload. And the Stoics understood this state long before modern psychology gave it a name. They knew that a restless mind is not a sign of a busy life. It's a sign of a mismanaged one. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack all day. At first, you don't notice it much, but hour after hour, it starts to wear you down. Your shoulders ache, your steps slow, and eventually even the smallest movement feels exhausting. Mental overload works the same way, except the weight isn't physical. It's made of thoughts, worries, expectations, and distractions. And the problem is, most people never put the backpack down. They just keep adding more to it. The Stoics believe that peace doesn't come from controlling the world. It comes from controlling your response to it. And to do that, you need practices. Not theories, not motivation, but simple, repeatable exercises that train your mind to return to stillness. What you're about to hear are 8 of those exercises, not quick fixes, but tools. If you actually apply them, they can change the way your mind operates. The first exercise is to limit the noise. Not all thoughts deserve your attention. But in today's world, everything is fighting for it. Notifications, messages, opinions, news, endless scrolling. Your mind is constantly being pulled in different directions. And then you wonder why you feel scattered. The Stoics were very clear about this. If you want a calm mind, you must be selective about what you allow into it. Try this. For just 1 hour a day, remove all unnecessary input. No social media, no random videos, no checking your phone unless it's truly important. Sit with your own thoughts. At first, it will feel uncomfortable. That's normal, because you're not used to silence. But over time, this exercise starts to reset your mental state. You begin to realize how much of your restlessness was never yours to begin with. The second exercise is to define what actually matters. One of the biggest causes of mental overload is trying to care about everything. Every opinion, every problem, every outcome. But the truth is, most of these things don't deserve your energy. The Stoics practiced something very powerful. They would separate what is within their control and what is not. And then they would focus only on what they could control. You can't control how people think about you. You can't control every outcome. But you can control your actions, your effort, your attitude. When your mind starts racing, pause and ask yourself one simple question. Is this within my control? If the answer is no, let it go. Not because it's easy, but because holding on to it only adds weight to your mind. The third exercise is to slow down your reactions. Most mental chaos doesn't come from events. It comes from how quickly we react to them. Something small happens, and instantly your mind creates a story around it. You assume the worst. You replay it over and over, and suddenly something minor feels overwhelming. The Stoics train themselves to pause before reacting, not suppressing emotions, but observing them. The next time something triggers you, don't respond immediately. Take a breath. Step back mentally. Ask yourself, is this as serious as it feels right now? You'll be surprised how often the answer is no. That small gap between stimulus and response, that's where your peace lives. The fourth exercise is to simplify your day. Overloaded minds often come from overloaded schedules. Too many tasks, too many decisions, too many things competing for your attention. The Stoics valued simplicity, not because they lacked ambition, but because they understood focus. Instead of trying to do everything, choose a few important things and do them well. Start your day by identifying 3 priorities. Just 3, not 10, not 20. And commit to completing them without distraction. This doesn't just improve productivity, it reduces mental clutter, because your mind is no longer juggling endless unfinished tasks. The fifth exercise is to practice voluntary discomfort. This might sound strange at first, but it's one of the most powerful Stoic techniques. The idea is simple. Sometimes you deliberately do things that are slightly uncomfortable. Maybe you take a cold shower. Maybe you skip a luxury. Maybe you spend time without your usual comforts. Why? Because it trains your mind to realize that discomfort is not something to fear. A restless mind often comes from constantly chasing comfort and avoiding anything unpleasant. But when you willingly step into discomfort, you build resilience. And over time, your mind becomes less reactive, less anxious, and more stable. The sixth exercise is to write things down. Your mind feels overloaded because it's trying to hold on to everything at once. Thoughts, worries, ideas, reminders. It's like having too many tabs open in your brain. Writing is a way to close those tabs. At the end of the day, take a few minutes and put your thoughts on paper. What bothered you? What went well? What are you still thinking about? This isn't about writing perfectly. It's about clearing space in your mind. The Stoics, including Marcus Aurelius, used journaling as a daily practice, not for others but for themselves. It helped them process their thoughts and regain clarity. The seventh exercise is to accept the present moment. A restless mind is almost always somewhere else, regretting the past, worrying about the future, imagining scenarios that haven't happened. But peace only exists in the present. The Stoics understood this deeply. They would remind themselves that this moment, right now, is all you truly have. When your mind starts drifting, bring it back. Focus on your breath. Focus on what you're doing. Even something simple like walking or eating can become a way to anchor yourself. This isn't about ignoring the future. It's about not letting it steal your peace. The eighth and final exercise is to remind yourself of what truly matters in the long run. When your mind is overwhelmed, everything feels urgent. Everything feels important. But most of it isn't. The Stoics practiced a concept called memento mori, remembering that life is finite, not in a dark or depressing way, but as a way to gain perspective. Ask yourself, will this matter a year from now? 5 years from now? At the end of my life? This simple reflection has a powerful effect. It shrinks your problems down to their true size, and it helps you focus on what actually deserves your energy. Now here's the truth. These exercises won't magically remove all stress from your life. That's not the goal. Life will always have challenges, but what they will do is change how your mind responds to those challenges. Instead of feeling constantly overwhelmed, you start to feel grounded. Instead of reacting to everything, you become more intentional. And slowly that restless feeling begins to fade. But none of this works if you just listen and move on. Real change comes from practice. So don't try to do all 8 at once. Pick one, just one, and apply it today, then build from there. Because a calm mind isn't built in a day, it's built through daily choices. If this message connected with you, take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments. Which of these exercises do you feel you need the most right now? And if you know someone who is constantly overwhelmed or struggling with a restless mind, share this with them. Sometimes a simple shift in perspective is all it takes to change everything.